it's Steve Mills, back with another edition of the Results Mastery podcast. It's great to be here once again, and thank you for tuning in. For those of you who are new to the podcast, it'd be great, assuming you enjoy the content of this podcast, if you could sign up, subscribe to the podcast. It really helps. My mission with the podcast is to try and help as many small businesses as I can to avoid what is one of the biggest problems in business, according to Michael Gerber, the author of The E-Myth, and that is that 80% of businesses fold within the first 5 years of trading. He believes that's due to what he calls operational expertise. In other words, people who go into business do so because they're experts operationally at what they do. So the garage mechanic opens their own garage, the hairdresser their own hairdressing salon, and so on and so forth, believing because they're good at doing the work that the business does, that they can run a business that does that work. And it simply is not true. That's something I learned many, many years ago from Michael Gerber and reading The E-Myth. And if you've not read The E-Myth, I strongly recommend that you go and buy it. So today I want to talk to you about something that is called the magic formula. Now, firstly, it's not magic, it's no magic wand type thing, but it is a really good formula. It's a fantastic thing that I learned not that long ago, actually, from Frank Kern. Now, Frank is pretty much acknowledged as a very, very successful, probably one of the world's leading authorities on marketing. He's made a lot of money and he's very, very successful, and someone who I admire and who I have learned a lot from. Now, one of the things that I love about Frank is that, what he tells you often is really simple. I think a lot of people have mastered the art of making marketing sound very complex. They've really made the art of making things sound complex in order to make money from them. You take something like search engine optimization, and then people say, well, leave it to the experts. You've got to be a real expert to understand this. It's almost like a dark art. No, it's not. It's actually reasonably easy. And, I could teach it to someone in probably less than an hour. Not to get to expert status, but to get to a level where they're good enough to do their own SEO and get some results from that. And, whilst, I totally, believe in that, I also believe that, doing the simple stuff that works in a small business is what we need to do. So if you've got, operational expertise and you're good at what you do, then what you've got to do, Gerber believes, and I endorse this, is that you need to become good at selling what you do and then managing the money, the financial side of what you do as well, because they're the two elements of business that often hurt people the most. And I believe that the number one reason why people go bust or cease trading or have problems in their business is lack of sales. If you've got enough sales, you can solve the HR problem. If you've got enough sales, you can solve the fact that you're too busy, because you've got enough sales and you can start to develop a business that runs without you doing all the work. If you're simply exchanging time for money all the time, then, there are implications to that. There's only so much time, so there's only so much money. So that said, let's go back to this magic formula and talk to you about that. So here's a magic formula. I'm going to run through it and then I'm going to give a demo of how I use it and how you can use it too. So here it is. It's a 6-step formula. The first one is to identify who you are, and it works like this. So you say, if you dot, 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 or you might say, are you, dot, dot, dot. So I might say, if you're a business owner who's struggling to increase sales, or I might say, are you a business owner who has got a website that's not working at all at the moment in terms of generating leads? You with me? So what we're doing is we're demonstrating or giving an example of a problem that we solve. So if you're like this, or are you like this, if you're a dog owner and you can't get your dog to come to heel, that could be one that you could use. If you've got a car and you're wasting a load of money on servicing, then and it goes to the next bit. So, if you something or are you something? That's step one. Step two is and you want. So if you're like this and you want to be like that, so I might say, if you're a business owner and you want to grow your business, you with me? So if you're like this and you want that, okay, that's step two. Step three, here's what I've got. So if you're a business owner and you want to grow your business, let me tell you about what I can do for you. That's the here's what I've got bit. Let me tell you how I can help. So I might do something like, if you're a business owner and you're struggling to grow your business, you really want to get your business to the next level, here's what I can do for you. Here's a seminar that I'm running. Or here's a program that I've got. It's called Results Mastery. You with me? Okay, so that's step three. Step four. Here's what it will do for you. So we've identified who you are. If you're like this, if you've got this problem and you want this solution, here's what I've got, here's what I can do, and here's what it will do for you. You with me? It's really, really simple, this, and I hope you're writing this down. I'm going to go through the first four again. So if you're like this and you want that, here's what I've got that will help you. All right, so that's step 1, 2, and 3. Step 4 is, here's what it will do for you. So I might say something like, being on the Results Mastery program will help you improve the number of leads that you get. It'll help you to, by having a automatic digital marketing software that will free up your time and create more leads for you. It'll also help you to convert more of those leads by developing a sales system and improving your sales ability. So basically it's going to make you more money, more easy, more often. So that's what I can do, right? That's step 4. Here's step 5. Step 5 is what to do next. Here's what to do next. Right. So what I'd like you to do next is to book a free, no obligation meeting with me so I can explain more. That's step 5. And step 6, the last step, is here's the bonuses. Here's what you get as well on top of that. So for me, anybody who books a meeting, I give them access to a training program called Results Compounding. Okay? So they get something extra as a incentive to book that meeting, because at the end of the day, people don't, when you're speaking to people, and this could be on a video, it could be on a podcast like this, it could be on an email, it could be in a letter even, it could be on a blog post, it could be on your website, it could be used in literally anything. So let me run through it from start to finish. I'm going to use my Results Mastery program, if I may, just to give you an example of it. So imagine this as, I don't know, we'll say a podcast, but a video, something audio, yeah? So I might say, if you're a business owner and you're feeling frustrated right now in terms of trying to grow your business. And you really want to do so. You're committed to growing, you're committed to investing time, money, and effort in doing so. Here's what I've got. I've got a program that I've taken 29 years to develop. It's called the Results Mastery Program. It's a program where we meet once a week in a mastermind group with other business owners who are facing the same challenges as you. We brainstorm ideas and ways in which we can create more leads and convert more of those leads into sales. In addition to that, you also get a variety of other things. So we have the weekly mastermind. You gain access to something I call the Results Mastery Hub, which I believe is the best digital marketing platform in the world right now. It's a fantastic piece of software, and you get it free as part of being on the program. The next thing you get is access to something I called Mastery University, which is over 250 training programs in sales and marketing to help you and your team take your business to the next level. There's also an annual conference for you to attend and again network with people. We've even got an app as well as this podcast in order to really help you to grow. In addition to that, you also gain access to me on a one-to-one basis for any meetings that you'd like to discuss you and your business and what you need to do to take it to the next level. So what I'd like you to do, because all this is new for you, you've only just learnt this, so I want you to take the time. I want to get to know you. I want you to get to know me and to see if being on the Results Mastery Program is right for you. So book a meeting with me. Go to my website, steve-marketing.com, and click on the gold button. Book a free, no obligation, no high pressure meeting. I'll genuinely try and help you with your marketing, and you can see if there's a fit with what I've got and what you need. In addition to that, as a thank you for your time and your faith in doing so, I offer you a couple of bonuses. One, if you book a meeting, I will do a review of your website on video so that you can improve the results that you're getting from your website, even if you don't work with me. Secondly, I'll give you access to one of those training programs that I mentioned, which is called Results Compounding. It's a great introduction to really set you on the right course to improve your sales and marketing results. So that's it. Thanks very much for listening, and take action. So that would be how I'd use that. You see how I structured that? Now, I did a reasonably long version of that. It could be a lot shorter. It could be a lot different if I did it again. But I'm following the same formula. And that's really what I wanted to show you. I think it's of real value. I'd estimate, if you're a startup and you turned over, 30, 40, 50 grand in the first year, which a lot of them do, I think there's an extra 100 grand in this by using this formula for you. If you're an established business, maybe a small business turning over, let's say 6 figures, then, who knows, perhaps you can get to 7 figures using this formula. And if you're already established with a sales team and a marketing department and so on, then, sky's the limit for you. So it's all about using it, though. A lot of people go, oh, yeah, that was good. Really interesting, Steve. And then what do? They do nothing, and that's not why I'm doing this. I always remember listening to Tony Robbins, and he said something very profound. He said many things very profound, but one of the things he said was, knowledge is a waste of time. The application of knowledge is everything. So if you don't do anything with what you've just learned, you've totally and utterly wasted your time. There's no point learning this stuff. But if you do something with it, it could make you thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, who knows, maybe even millions of pounds. I hope it does. Final point, again, if you don't mind, I really appreciate you sharing this with people. It's all about trying to get that message out. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this to try to help people. I've been on a mission now for 29 years. I've worked with thousands of businesses in hundreds of industries, and I've helped a significant amount of them grow. The people I haven't helped grow are people who've come along to my workshops, then done nothing. Everybody else has got results, and some of them have made many, many millions of pounds as a result of my advice and help. Others, maybe 30, 40, 50,000. Wouldn't that be terrible? But anyway, that's about it. Get yourself taking action, and I look forward to speaking to you again on my podcast. Thanks very much for listening.